Very open question, whatever you understand. Okay, fine. Chinmay is talking something. Okay, fine. Have you taken vaccines or will you be taking vaccines? Fine, could be very apt for the present situation. We are all worried about the vaccines. Okay, could be anything beyond that you can think of, apart from vaccines. Okay, good twins. Okay, both are very much similar by appearance. Very good. Good. Yeah, go ahead. I'm happy. You're all, yeah, yeah. We said Prakalya says hot patient. Good. Hot and chilly is what Meghana says. Very good. Beautiful. Good. See, from vaccines, from dress, from traveling, you know how our transformation has been. Now, Meghana says hot and chilly. Okay, good. I mean, yeah, I'm happy you could give your own interpretation from the appearance. Okay, yeah, good, very good. Now, what I exactly want is there are a set of patients who come to a clinic, you know, any small change in weather, they get affected. So, what I wanted is somebody has rightly told chilly and hot. See, what I wanted to convey here is there are few patients who will have a set of symptoms when there is change in weather. And what is that change in weather that we are going to discuss is complaints which comes from winter to summer. So when the winter ends and when there is onset of summer, you know, weather was cold and suddenly weather starts becoming very hot, indicating the onset of summer, then we have patients coming to us with set of symptoms. When they come to us in this particular situation, as a homeopath, few remedies come to our mind. So what is it that I'm trying to tell you here is change of weather from winter to summer. So you see the lady wearing all, you know, what sweaters, guitars, etc. In the next, she is wearing a very simple dress, meaning not covering herself. So change of weather from winter to summer. So what are the remedies that come to our mind? See, now this is a practical situation. As a practitioner, I have observed with many patients. Once summer sets in, they either come to us with cold, cough, fever, body pain, okay, not able to bear heat. So when you have such situations, such situation, few remedies come to our mind. This is what I was trying to tell you. Complaints from change of weather, cold to warm. I mean, I've just given you the important remedies. There are plenty in your Materia Medica. The remedy that stands out here is Bryonia. Probably that's the only remedy from second year syllabus. You also have Calisurf, Soranum, Sulfur, Tuberculin. But Bryonia is one remedy which generally we think of when a person comes to us with change of weather, complaints from change of weather, cold to warm. Exactly opposite. From hot sun, summer, and weather is changing to cold. Okay, probably if you see this situation in Bangalore now, it was hot. Now we have rains and we have cold weather. Now, if this is the situation, then the remedy that we commonly think of warm to cold weather is Talc, Myrrh, and Verat. I told you there are more remedies. I'm giving you, keeping the second year in mind, I'm giving you a few simple remedies. So, what I want you to understand is I am talking to you about a remedy, a very simple remedy, as I told. This remedy is Bryonia alba. So, next 30 minutes, yes, Suman, absolutely right. Next 30 minutes, we'll discuss about the introduction, the sphere of action, and the elements of Bryonia. If time permits, next 20 minutes, we'll talk to you about the characteristic symptoms of Bryonia. So, I hope the remedy is clear. The remedy is Bryonia alba. Okay, this is the picture again taken from Google Images. See now, before Dr. Hahnemann introduces Bryonia into homeopathy, 1816 is the year when Bryonia was introduced into homeopathy. Now, before Dr. Hahnemann introduces Bryonia, Bryonia was used for various other ailments. Okay, so what are all the ailments? What was the ancient, usage of Bryonia before it was introduced into homeopathy? So the medical or the medicinal properties of Bryonia was very well known before Dr. Hahnemann introduces Bryonia into homeopathy. So it was used for dropsy. I'll talk to you about dropsy a little later. It was used in epilepsy, gout, and cough. And locally, they used to apply Bryonia for joint affections, rheumatism. So this is the brief introduction. Okay. And again, second year student, what exactly the word Bryonia means. See, it means rapidly, something that is growing rapidly. What is it that grows rapidly in Bryonia? The stems grow very rapidly. So that's why it is called Bryonia. And alba, many of you know, it means white. Because if you concentrate here, if you see the flower, and surprisingly, even the roots in Bryonia, they are white in color. So it is called as albus. Flowers and roots are white or whitish yellow in color. Common names, white bryonia and wild hop. Part we use is fresh roots. Bryonia is the active principle of bryonia. This is just a brief introduction. As a second year student, you should know. Now, something that you should remember, see, is what I am trying to tell from now onwards. Okay, that's just the introduction. No patient will come and ask you what is the common name of bryonia and all. But what is very important for us is in sphere of action. When bryonia is given homeopathically during drug proving, what exactly bryonia can cause, which organ it affects, that becomes very important. Now, I've shown you the image of respiratory system here. For people, students who have already studied bryonia, one thing that stands out in bryonia is dryness. Many old practitioners would call bryonia as dryonia because it would produce so much of dryness. So bryonia, to start with, it is a remedy which mainly acts on the mucous membrane. Mucous membrane of which part? Wherever you have mucous membrane, you see bryonia acting. From the knowledge of anatomy, you'll have to recall where all we have mucous membrane. So it acts on the mucous membrane, the respiratory tract, the GA predominantly, and it will cause dryness. Okay, it will cause dryness. So, I mean, this is only a small image taken from Google so that you understand what I wanted to explain. So dryness in the mucous membrane is the first very important sphere of action of bryonia. So dryness in the respiratory tract. We'll slowly understand in the particular symptoms when there is dryness, what will happen. Okay. So first part is dryness of mucous membrane. It produces exactly opposite effect when you talk of serous membrane. So what do I mean? It produces exactly opposite effect. Can anybody quickly? Mucous membrane, we saw dryness. So when I say it is producing exactly opposite effect on the serous membrane, what do you students understand? That it very good. It produces secretions. Yes, it produces secretions. So what you need to understand is it will cause accumulation of fluid. Yes, excessive secretion. Good. Madhusudan, Neeraja, fine. Ragna, good. Meghana uses the right word, effusion. Okay. So I have just tried to get an image of all those parts where you can see effusion in bryonia. So on the mucous membrane, it will cause dryness, and on the serous membrane, okay, again, knowledge of anatomy, I've been consistently insisting material becomes interesting only if you apply your allied sciences. So when I say serous membrane, you should immediately start recollecting where all serous membrane is present in our body. If I go explaining all that, then brainia will take a lot of time. So at least you should know, yes, very good, the pleura, okay, the peritoneum, the joints, okay, yeah, pericardium. These are all few examples for serous membrane, okay. So the scrotal sac, yes, the scrotal sac, all those things. So bryonia acting on the serous membrane, it will cause effusion. There will be accumulation of fluid. Try to understand this contrast in bryonia. Mucous membrane, dryness, serous membrane, it will cause effusion. So this is what you have to very strictly understand so that things will become easy for you. Okay. So we will continue. Apart from this, what you also see here in bryonia is it will cause it will cause it will also act on the joints. Now, acting on joints, what will bryonia do? That's also very, very important. So we'll get back to this. I was trying to tell you about its action on the serous membrane. Mucous membrane, serous membrane. The third area, very important area, many of us know from a very long time, and we have used in our clinic and we have found it correct. That that area where bryonia acts, the third area will be the joints. Very good remedy for rheumatism. Many times it is abused for rheumatism. Never prescribe a remedy without its indication. It will not work. So bryonia acts on the joints and it will cause rheumatism. We will look at what is the type of rheumatism, what are all the aggravations and all that after some time. Can I quickly have some remedies for rheumatism? As a second year student, you have been told so many remedies. Yes, very good. Prakalya, Spas, Madhusudan, yes, good. Restox, Ledam, very good. Yeah, Ruta, beautiful. Any other remedies you can recall? Good. Vasundhara, Colchicum, very good. Yeah, good. Okay, fine. So you should also cultivate the habit of recalling and keeping in your mind. Only then you can differentiate. Now, when colchicum, when ledum, when restox, when bryonia, okay, when arnica. So these things, these questions should keep coming up. You may get answers for every remedy, or you may not get. At least those things should keep popping up in your mind. Okay. Now, one more friend of yours says calcarea floor. Very good. Calcarea floor. Good. Keep it up. So we'll slowly try to understand what is it that bryonia has got to offer in rheumatism. Okay. So two small headings that we have discussed. One was the introduction to bryonia. What was the conditions for which it was used before? Homeopathically, who introduced? Part use, meaning of the word bryonia, and we're focusing on the very important part, that is sphere of action. Sphere of action, mucous membrane, serous membrane, and joints. Okay. Now we'll go ahead and we'll talk of ailments from. After ailments from, we'll take a minute break and we'll rejoin and we'll continue with characteristic symptoms. So we look at ailments from. See, this heading is also important, and as a budding homeopathic doctor, you have to realize many remedies will have same ailment, but how each remedy react to that particular ailment is very, very important. When I show you this picture, this image, You would have seen this image sometime before also in some other remedy. And you know, the ailment that I'm talking to you is ailments from anger. Very good, ailments from anger. Now, again, a remedy should come to your mind. Other remedies for ailments from anger. Can I have some quick remedies? Ailment, very good. Madhu Sudan, good. Ailments from anger, Colosin. I'm very happy. One top remedy as a second year student, you should get this Colosin. Now, what will happen in Colosin? Yes, Natrum also has. What will happen in Colosin? Because of anger, what is it that will get affected? Ailments from anger. Yeah, see now anger in Colosin, they generally land up with stomach, abdomen complaints. Yes, very good. GIT affections, Meghana, beautiful. GIT affections. They come out with GIT affections. Good. Now we'll see what will happen in Bryonia. Natrum self also had anger. Okay. Bryonia is also having anger. But what will a Bryonia constitution or how will a Bryonia constitution react to anger? That is very important. So ailments from anger here, basically what you see is head becomes very hot. When they're angry, head becomes very hot. First point. Second thing is they will have headache, bad headache, and anger can also bring on hiccups. ನಾವು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಕ್ಕಳಿಕೆ ಅಂತೀವಿ hiccups. And anger can also bring in diarrhea. Four things that a Bryonia patient comes up with from anger, which is already there. So keep this in your mind. We'll sum up in the revision. Okay. Now ailments from fright. Again, you might be knowing many remedies. Can I have some quick remedies as a second year student? Ailments from fright. Which remedies come to your mind when we talk of ailments from fright? No remedies. Okay, no problem. If you can't recall, or if some remedies are not over, see, aconite is one remedy that should come to your mind. Gelsemium, opium, common remedies I'm talking of. In Bryonia, because of fright, they will have stiffness of legs. Legs go stiff and it goes painfully stiff from fright. The only remedy is Bryonia. Or fright can also bring on sleeplessness. They will not have sleep because of fright. Ailments which also comes from chagrin. Chagrin is a kind of disappointment. Okay, you would have set some standards. You have something, your exams, a presentation, something. You would have set some standards, and you don't stand up to those standards that you have set in, and you feel disappointed. When this situation comes up, then we call it as chagrin. Okay. In Brainia, when a person goes into chagrin, he will have bad headaches. Okay, headaches, and this, ailments from suppressed eruptions. There are some skin issues. They put ointment, they bring it down, they suppress, and then they come out with some problems. In Bryonia, there will be vertigo, there will be diarrhea, or there will be convulsions after suppressed skin eruption, and ailments from alcohol. So can I have some remedies, quick remedies? Ailments from alcohol. Second year student. I don't know how many remedies are over, but ailments from alcohol. See, one top remedy as a second year student you need to remember is, yeah, good. Yes, Hemopriya puts a question mark, but ledum is also there. Good. But a better remedy than ledum. Ailments from alcoholism. Okay, Hepar, a better remedy than Hepar. I don't know if it is over or not. Ledamta is there, Hepar, I'm not very sure, might be. But another remedy that should come to your mind is Naxwamika. Very good. Madhusudan, good. Naxwamika, very important remedy. Bad effects of alcohol, Naxwamika, good. Now we'll go ahead and we'll also try to understand. In Brainia, they will have bad headaches after alcohol. Naxwamika will have gastritis, Nexomica will have diarrhea and all after alcohol. Bryonia will mainly have headaches. Okay. Now this image, drinking something cold in hot sun. Okay. See now, common situation. Probably if you go back and if you recall your summer holidays, we would play under sun, we would get wet with sweat, we become tired, immediately we come home, and what do? People who have fridge, we open the fridge at home and gulp in cold water. Or if you don't have a fridge, many of us are from rural areas, we would have that matka pot. Mother would have kept water in it, that cold water we gulp. Okay, this is what commonly we do. Not everybody of us will suffer, but if a person is bryonia, okay, after playing under hot sun, cooling himself or drinking cold water, bryonia will end up with gastritis. Okay, so gastritis coming after drinking cold water and when you are playing under sun. This situation you should remember bryonia. Okay. Now ailments also from injuries. Again, injuries, lot of remedies come to mind. The injuries I am talking of here, the wounds here, iritis. Iris goes into inflammation after injury or because of an injury. If a person has fever or indigestion, bryonia can be a very important remedy. Okay. Now, this is again a very nice situation. Can somebody quickly interpret this image? And I mean, you have been doing a very good job interacting, interpreting the images. I mean, this is again a small image. What do you see? What do you see? I don't know if it is difficult, but you can definitely make an attempt. See on your left hand side, yes, very good, good. Okay, who's it? Chinmay has got it first. Summer and very cold. Okay, good. Yeah. Okay, fine. There are two different things, but I want to club it. Neeraj says change in temperature. Good. Hot days, cold nights. People in Bangalore, many of the times you would have experienced this. Days are extremely hot and nights are cold. Probably some areas in Rajasthan, I don't know, I'm not very sure, but the situation is hot days, cold nights. Day is hot and nights are cold. And then patients were sensitive. Not everybody, again, see the beauty. Not everybody will come up with symptoms. Only a bryonia patient, only a Dulcamara patient, only a Merck patient, only an Aconite patient, they come out with symptoms. Okay, hot days, cold nights. Please remember this. Can be bryonia, can be Dulcamara, can be Aconite, or can be Merck. Okay, and ailments from exertion. They get exhausted. They get tired very fast. Fine, for example, unusual exercise. One day you start playing cricket and your muscles they go into so much of strain and then you're down with fever, body pain. Bryonia is the remedy that we should think of. Okay. And yeah, beautiful thing that you also have here is ailments from ironing. Ailments from ironing. Can somebody quickly tell me why you have ailments from ironing in bryonia? This will tell me how much of bryonia you have understood. Ailments from ironing. Imagine what could be the probable cause in bryonia. Why are they coming up with yes, good? Prakali is talking of heat, beautiful, good. Yes, I agree with it. Heat, you know, and ironing is also an exertion, which bryonia generally doesn't like. So ironing, heat and exertion, beautiful, good. So now, what will ironing cause in bryonia? Ironing will bring on headache. The other two remedies are phosphorus and sepia. Ironing can bring in suppressed menses. Very tricky symptom which you need to interpret and understand. A lady has menses regular and for example it gets suppressed. and the only reason that you get is probably she did ironing which is not used to, or she did ironing 1 or 2 days before menses and menses gets suppressed. So a dose of Brevenia, only remedy in your materia medica. Okay, and ailments from sun. Sun brings in headache, and sun also brings in nausea. The only remedy we have is Carboveg. The only other remedy is Carboveg. Okay. Now, before I talk to you about the characteristic symptoms, which are planned after some time, we'll take a quick 1 minute or 2 minutes break, and we'll get back. We'll start with the revision of whatever we have done, and then I'll give you the characteristic symptoms. Okay. So quickly, rejoin so that we can continue. Hmm? Thank you.